Okay. Good morning. Good morning to me. Good day to you guys whenever you want to watch this. This will be an abridged version of the course introduction. If you are 124, congratulations on your second year of of mechanical engineering education. Your reward is not something positive, it's more work. So now you're here, now you're on the main stage, and now, of course, we're going to go into thermodynamics. Right? So for today, right, or for this video, what I just want to do is for the people who were not able to attend, right, our course introduction, this will serve as your introduction, right? We'll talk about what you need to do to pass, what the topics are, what those things are. But first and foremost, good morning, good day. My name is Godwin Kalangi, right? I have just passed the mechanical engineering licensure examination last year, actually. It's been a year plus a couple of days since I found out that I passed. And for reference, I'm ID 118. So that is just compute how many years apart we are, right? All right, now we'll go into Method 1, exactly what is Method 1 about. And we'll basically, from what you've seen already, this is the basic thermodynamics course for ME students, right? The thing about this is that this is very important for you guys because this is a foundational board exam subject. The thing about this is that, okay. All right. The thing about this is that if you have not yet been informed, right, if you want to get a license in the Philippines, right, you're going to have to take the board exam, the licensure examination, right? And that has three subjects. First is MESL, Mathematics, Engineering Sciences, and Laws. Basically, that is the general math, right, part of your examination. There's also MDSP, right? Machine design and shop practice. Basically, this is machine design, right? Anything that's moving, blah, blah, blah. The things that are normally what you would associate with a mechanical engineering student, machine design. And the third and final one, but actually our day one subject, pipe, power and industrial plant engineering. And this is the thermo, right? This is the thermal part. Anything to do with thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, fluid dynamics, heat transfer, all of that is here, right? And I don't know if you guys have heard yet, but this particular August 2024, the board exam for that one was particularly dismal. If you would, right, the expected passing rate for board exams is about 40 to 45 to 50-ish percent. Ours was artificially not artificial, ours was unprecedentedly low at about like 30 35-ish, right? And out of that examination, the hardest one by far was pipe, was the thermal part. So I want to make sure so that that doesn't happen again for us, at the very least, that this is good, this foundation is solid, right? So I want to offer you guys that part. We will raise the bar for this one, right? Just so I know I'm recording, I am. All right. Now, the structure of the course will be like this. I will teach you guys, or hopefully reintroduce to you, the basics, right? I'll teach you rules as well, what can apply or what should not apply. And then we'll use those basics and rules for our analysis. And finally, we'll put that all together for our advancement, right? So that's our structure. But if you don't want to listen to this video, you can just, honestly, like you can just stop here and you can just scan this QR code, see what the learning plan is supposed to be. After our class, or after all of the classes are done for today, I will be uploading, or I will be publishing the learning plan here in your modules as well. But there you go. Right? And as we've mentioned before, the topic progression is as follows: basics, rules, analysis, and then advancement. The thing about this is that my class, I want that if we have the time, I want the transition between Method 1, basic thermodynamics, and Method 2, advanced thermodynamics, to be a bit smoother. The problem kasi is that for a lot of the time, right, once you pass Method 1, if you pass Method 1, for the term break, you will forget everything, right? As a lot of these things go, right? We tend to forget these things. And I mean, like, okay, sure, whatever. Pero you guys will be the ones at a disadvantage because at the start of Method 2, it will pick up directly off of the last part of Method 1. So I kind of want to prepare you guys just so you know what to expect, right? For basics, we will have topics 1 and 2, basic concepts and pure substances, basically the rules of the game. Second, we will have the most famous rule, the first law of thermodynamics. I feel like you have heard of this. You have heard of this. It's just not in that name. And then we'll go back to ideal gases, right? PV equals MRT. Hopefully, you've remember that from your high school days. And conservation of mass. We'll put all of those topics together so that we can analyze, right? Steady flow devices, what we call steady flow devices, so that we can put that all together for topic 6, which is thermodynamic cycles. Right? All of these quizzes are fun, I suppose. And then this is the advancement part. This will be your transition from Method 1 to Method 2. So if you want to, at the very least, know what's supposed to happen, you might want to listen to topic 7, real thermodynamic cycles. Right? In topic 6, we're only talking about perfection, right? The ideal circumstance. But of course, the real world is not perfect. So we will talk about real thermodynamic cycles in topic 7. If we do not have time, right, we will not be discussing topic 7. That's like a stretch goal. Is that? Yeah, that's a stretch goal, right? If we have enough time, if we are on pace, we can teach, or I can teach you guys about real thermodynamic cycles, right? So now, grades and policies. Here we go. What do you need to do to pass? Well, first and foremost, here is our grading system, right? You can see very top heavy, right? Your final examination is 30%. 3 quizzes constitute 45% of your grade. Problem sets are 10% and your term project is 15%. And now, because you are now in your second year and you know how college works a little bit better now, the stakes are higher, right? I want to raise the bar, and well, this is supposed to be the standard naman talaga. For major subjects, your passing grade is 70. No more 55 from Kalengs, no more 60s. It's straight up 70, right? This is a major subject. I want to know that you guys can handle the next coming parts. Because, of course, because this is basic thermodynamics, this will be the easiest subject, right? Out of all of them, right? The other ones will get even harder. So, if you're struggling with this, well, I might be inclined to let you stay here just for a little while until I can see that you can stand on your own 2 feet. All right? But there you go. The thing about this is that if you think about it, right, the final exam and the 3 quizzes all constitute 75% of your grade. That's 75% for only 4 things. That might sound crazy, but well, that is the only way, one of the only ways I can see if you guys really understand what I am talking about, right? And the thing about this is that I will sweeten the deal. If 70 sounds really big for you, well, maybe just try 60, right? Your problem set grade is virtually yours. I'll talk about that later. And also, if you take your term project seriously and don't give me AI slop, it's 15% as well. So if you want to think about it, if you want to take that seriously, you only have to work for the remaining 45% to pass, right? Okay. Now, class policies again, right? 3 long quizzes is equal to 45. That means that each quiz will be 15% of your grade, and all of this will be done in person. As much as possible, I want to do this in person because I was also a student. I know what's going on in the background. Okay? Makeup quizzes are possible, but they will also be in person, right? And your final examination will be 30%. Think about it like 2 quizzes, right? So a lot on the line for that one. Next, right? Regular attendance is expected, right? For this class, for the Thursday class that I've offered you guys, I did not take I did take attendance. It's just that like I just wanted to see who the people are. And for the people who were not able to come, don't worry about it, right? No pressure. Right? The thing about this is that this class will not count for your absences. But if you are not a Dean's Lister, right? 5 absences means that even if you've gotten everything perfectly, you will get an FDA, a failure due to excess absences, right? If you're a dean's lister, go ahead, just be absent in my class. I don't know, right? And the thing about this is that even if you come in the last 15 minutes, you will still be present. If you come in at like 8:45 a.m. with your like pajamas on, okay lang yun, right? That's fine. You're still present. And thank you guys for being very prompt with your reading of the announcements, but I do expect to keep this up, right? Please read your announcements as soon as possible. And I've worked such that your grades, right? The grade that you see in your Canvas as you open your Canvas account, that will be, or that is your current grade, right? No more need for grade calculators or anything. Just input in your Canvas. There's a what if. I remember there being a what if feature in your Canvas grades, right? And messaging, here you go. I actually taught this class before, right? My first term, I was given the privilege to teach an ER class on thermodynamics. They were only like, what, 20-ish people. And the very sad thing was that I was telling them, guys, please do not hesitate to message me. If there is something, blah, 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 that I can help with, please do. The thing about this is that I've already told you, right? I'm 118. I'm relatively young. I'm currently the youngest member in the department for the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and hopefully that age difference will come out as you guys being more comfortable messaging me about things, right? This is what I mean to say, right? If you want to ask me anything about, let's say for example, if there's a problem you really are stuck with, don't hesitate to message me. This is my job, right? I want to see you guys pass as much as you want to, right? If you really want to pass, and if you really want to know, for example, the answer to this question, or basically just a hint for this question, I'm able to give it to you because I want to see you get through this, right? If you don't want to, it'll be fine. All right, go ahead. Just pass my exams, you'll go out, right? The order in which I would like to be messaged would first be either in Canvas or in Google Chat, right? I would appreciate these messages before you come to Messenger because that's only for emergencies, aka if I come to class late or if wala ba ako sa klase, please do message me. Baka naman mamaya I fell asleep or something. I don't know, right? And messaging me about questions for problem sets, or maybe there's something you're a bit too shy to ask about, go ahead, right? Please just ask, right? And if you're going to ask about dates or times, please do read the announcements first, right? Baka naman nandun na yung sagot nyo, okay? Now, for the in-person, I will be setting this after all of the classes are over, right? Would you like to make METHER1 fully in-person for your class? The thing about this is that METHER1, right, that same class that I taught, gave me a lot of feedback in the format of, sir, I would have appreciated it if we were fully in person. Why is that? Their main reason was, if it were hybrid, as much as we want to learn, there's another tab open. As much as we want to learn, our phone is beside us always, right? And we are known to multitask. It might seem like multitasking is very good, it's very productive, but it's not, right? It kills our productivity, right? So the reason why I want to ask you guys this is because if you are all in agreement, right, I will put out a poll and I would like a supermajority. Supermajority, aka 2/3 of the class, needs to agree, right? In this case, it will be 20 students. I need to see 20 votes that you want fully in person. If I do not see those 20 votes, we will default to a hybrid setting, right? If it's fully in person, you can retain your knowledge better because you are pressured, right? You are in class. I will make fun. Hindi naman make fun. I will critique you if you are sleepy or if you're not paying attention, something like that, right? And the thing that is not possible or that would not be plausible in hybrid settings is that in online meetings before class begins or after class ends, you cannot ask me, right? You can ask me stuff on the chat, but most likely I'll just come on time and then after that I will end the class, right? Because if we're fully in person, you will be able to ask me things before class starts, you'll be able to ask me after class ends, and that might sound better for you. But especially if you're from far away, a hybrid class might work better because you're only going to school once a week. And if you're the kind of person who wants to rewatch these recordings, there are recordings. In fully in person classes, there might not be any recordings, if at all. Right? I'll send out that poll later, rest assured. But we'll go more into grading. I incentivize lecture participation. My students from before have been granted very generous rewards for talking to me in lectures, right? Some to the ranges of what, like +5, +10 in your quiz, right? Something like that. Just please, if you're going to come to class, maybe come to class a little bit more prepared, right? And for those who want to ask, I mark partial points if I understand your solution. And one more thing I will no longer excuse is something like this. Number 11, you write down all your givens. And then you skip to number 12. I will not mark those points, right? I understand that understanding the problem is part of problem solving, but I need to see you try. Try to put something together at the very least, right? That's where the partial points are. And now, just to get you guys out of that very comfortable headspace, the deadline is not 11:59, it is always 10 p.m. The main reason for this is that, well, I just want you guys not to be complacent with, it's gonna be 11:59. I can make that later. Another reason is that I have 7:30 classes. I cannot afford to stay up that late, sadly, as much as I want to. But the deadline is 10 p.m. It's not 11:59. Okay? And here we are, right? The problem set grade, the 10% grade, is virtually yours. How do you make it yours? Just submit something, literally anything, like a blank piece of paper, a picture of your dog or your cat. Get 100. No questions asked. You might be thinking, this is great for me, right? The thing is, I don't have to do any work to get that 10%. Yeah, sure. Sure, if you want to think about it that way, sure, all right, get that 10%. But I want you guys to make your own decisions. Maybe you just don't like the subject. All right, sure, I'll give you that 10%. Good job for, I don't know, clicking a few things and then submitting a few things, whatever, right? But I want it to come from you. I want your motivation to come from you. If you want to pass the subject, well, try to solve the problems. If you don't want to exert much effort into this, okay, all right, that 10% is yours, right? If you really are parang concerned about your performance and you would like to ask for some help, go ahead. I'm here. Your friends are here, like your fellow classmates are here with you, right? There you go. And finally, I do not round off the final grade. Even if your final grade is 69.99, I will not round that up to 70, right? And the thing about this is that it's not in here, but I will extend you guys one final opportunity if you do fail in the grade computation, right? In the grade computation, if you do fail on grade consultation day, you may come to me to take what we call a removal examination. If you don't know what a removal examination is, you might want to ask your parents about that, right? I don't hear a lot of profs do that now, but a removal examination is your final chance. If you pass that examination, I will give you a 1. Congratulations on, barely getting there. And if you do not pass that, I'm so sorry. I've exhausted all of the opportunities I've given you. You fail, right? So that is what's supposed to happen. Right. Now, we go on to the important dates. And before we even get there, I would like to ask you guys even more. I want to extend to you these very adult decisions, right? The thing is, when we're taking quizzes, of course, we want more time, right? And so I am formally extending this invitation to you guys, if you look in your modules tab, there is something that we call the assessment date preference form. And basically in those dates, or basically in that Google form, you can select if you want to take quizzes immediately or with preparation. What this means is that if you're going to take it immediately, you will take it on a class day, or the class will take it on a class day. This will be like a united kind of thing, right? It's not like some people will take it immediately, some people will take it prepared. I will need to see a majority vote, a 50% plus one. So in this case, it will be like what, 16 students, right? If you want to take it immediately, well, you don't have to go to school on whenever the day will be, right? And plus, I appreciate your bravery, right? With preparation, if, for example, the quiz is set on a Monday or Tuesday, with preparation, we will take it on a Wednesday. If the quiz is supposed to be scheduled on a Thursday or a Friday, we will schedule it on a Saturday. And as you can see, if you will see in the preference form, right, you can also tell me when the time is most convenient for you for the with preparation, right? And plus, with the preparation, what will happen to the class day, right? We're supposed to be taking the quiz on a Thursday. What will happen on the Thursday? What will happen on the Thursday is that I will be there and I will answer your questions. Let's say, for example, you're preparing for the quiz, of course. So I will be receiving those questions. The downside to this is because you are preparing, I will also be preparing, right? You can read between the lines there, right? All right, so for quiz 1, we will have topics 1 and 2, right? As you can see here, there's what we call a preparation meeting, right? Sadly, this is no longer perfectly followed because nga of the suspension, right? Sadly. So now it's September 4 as of the time of this recording. So we will start with topic 1, basic concepts and definitions, on September 8, and we'll end on September 11. We'll start topic 2, pure substances, on September 15 and then 18. And then we will have your quiz 1 on either September 22 or 24, right? Next, topic 2. Quiz 2, right? We have this preparation kind of thing, and this preparation can also serve as padding. What does padding mean? If, for example, there's another suspension in these times, right? We will remove the preparation class because, well, that's supposed to be padding, right? If something gets suspended even more, ang matatanggal na ngayon, what we will not be able to discuss is that final topic that I was promising you guys about because, I don't know, there's a lot of suspensions, right? But your quiz 2 will be either on October 20 or 22. And then finally, for your quiz 3, it will not go to topic 7, right? Topic 7 is an extra, right? Is an extra topic. If you guys want to listen to that, go ahead, fine. Right? Topics 5 and 6. Topic 5 pala will be under ILW or ILP, right? Independent Learning Period. And in this case, I'll just upload videos for you guys to watch, right? For steady flow devices. And your quiz 3 will be on November 17 or 19, right? Oh, also, for the October 16, right? For October 16, I will announce what your term project will be, right? So you guys know already what you want to do, what you'll have to do for your project, right? And for your final examination coverage, right? Actually, I don't think topic 7 will count as final examination coverage because I'm not handling all sections of METHER1. I'm also, I'm teaching with Sir Nino Lim. He's EF1, right? So I don't think he'll teach this. So, well, the final examination will only cover from topics 1 to 6, right? The submission of the term project will be on November 27 for EE1 and EE3, and November 28 for EE2, right? Your final exam week will be from December 1 to December 6. And sadly, for the people who are not able to come today, this is the part where you take the diagnostic, right? The diagnostic should have been good for 30 minutes, right? Basically, this is my way of seeing exactly where you guys are. If your test results tell me that you are particularly weak for this type of question, I might focus there, right? Sayang at your scores would have been added to your quiz total, right? The highest score for this would have been a solid 20 points. So, sayang. But it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I will be recording an answer key of the, what do you call this, of the diagnostic assessment soon. So, watch out for that, right? So, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate. Let me know. And that is our course introduction. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you soon.